Okay guys, this is gonna be a fun one today. I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make this apron. You guys like it? That's side A and then side B. Now I just had to fix a problem with it, so let's get right into it because Joe and I don't really know how to sew all that well, but we're gonna teach you how to do this, okay? Welcome to Bare Pantry Talk. This is the sister channel to the Bare Pantry Show. This is where you're going to find honest reviews, exciting unboxings, do-it-yourself projects, and engaging commentary. The first thing you need to know is that these aprons don't have a wrong or a right side. It's a side A and a side B. So here's side A for this apron, and here's side B for this apron. So you really don't have to get compatible material for both sides, but you kind of want to do because of the neck strap and the waist strap. All right, so like how this has a lot of yellow and black and red in it, I don't think I'd want to get like a purple for the opposite side. You know what I mean? But you do you, boo. You know, you can be all eclectic and all that good stuff. So this is one of the aprons. So let's go ahead by showing you the measurements first of all. And you're going to want to make a template when you do your first one, okay? So I have a template for this. And this is going to be one side, side A, and side B is just going to be black, okay? So this is your width, about 24 to 25 wide. And then your length, I put the length average 23 or 24. Some people, when I was making it for sale, they wanted it shorter because they were shorter. But this is like for me, I'm 5'2". All right, so this will work for 5'2" and above. So that's two pieces. That's for the bottom. And then we have for the top piece, the chest part. And it is 15 wide. I used to make it a little bit more narrow, but I don't like it that way anymore. So I made it wider. And then 12 long, okay? And then let's go to the pocket. So I'm gonna use the same fabric for the two pockets, but I could have used a black pocket for the black side. But I like the contrast. So the pocket is 15 by 11, okay? And what you do with the pocket, you're gonna iron it like this. You're gonna flap this piece over, iron, over, iron. So 2 times. That's your pocket right there. We're gonna do the sides too, but that's the top part. Just wanted to show you. This is the neck strap. And I think a comfortable length for the neck strap is about 27. 26 would do too. And then this is by 4. Okay? We're gonna fold this in half like this, and we're gonna sew here. Okay? Now this is for the straps. And I say straps because this is actually 2 straps right here. It's always better for me to just cut it. Can't get it open, guys. It's always best for me to just cut it one big piece, right? So this is approximately 8. Sometimes I don't cut precise. You guys already know. See? Approximately 8, because then it'll be 4 and 4. And then the length. You have to have it long to tie, okay? The length is 44. If you're Belizean and you're my age, you're going to remember Seferino Claudinho Coleman, and he say his wife Panchita, her measurements is 44, 44, 44. I so silly. Okay guys, so let's get started. I iron a lot when I'm doing my sewing because I feel like it makes it go easier. So I've already ironed this so I could cut it. Let's see if I can cut straight in this crease. And remember, we're cutting it because this is actually 2 straps, okay? The left and the right strap for the waist. So let me go ahead and bend it now and iron. I want it to be even. And I'm going to iron all 3 pieces, the 2 straps for the waist and the strap for the neck. That's going to make it easier for Joe to sew along one side of the seam and then on one of the ends. We're going to leave one end open, okay? So this is exactly what he's doing. He backstitched and then now he's sewing. So it's about, I'd say, a 1/4 inch from the end. Now let me go ahead and grab one of my chopsticks. I keep it right here in my little sewing closet so the kids won't use it to eat with. So what I use this for, let me show you guys. Let's go back over to the machine. set the camera down so it can pick up what Joe's doing, well, also what I'm doing. So I grab the strap and I go to the end that's sewed, the small end that's sewed, and then I'm gonna go ahead and push the stick in and push it right through while pulling the fabric so that I can turn over the straps, okay? And it's easier if you can put the pointy end of the stick in to get it into the little corners. So now I pull my stick out and I'm just gonna iron. Now let's take care of the top part, the chest piece. So this is one piece and I'm bending it about 1 inch wide and I'm just eyeballing. This is gonna be the top part of the chest piece. I'm gonna do the same thing with the white fabric. Bend it. So this is gonna be a finished off piece for when we put the next strap in, okay? So Joe is sewing the sides, but he opened up my crease as he sews because it'll make it easy to do this. Once I turn it over, I just bend these creases in, and then I'm gonna iron. Let me push my camera back so you guys can see. And I'm using the iron with the steam feature, okay? So iron out the seams right here. And now here's the next strap. One end is unfinished, right? So I put that in here. And then follow it through so it doesn't go in all twisted. And honestly guys, I should have put the strap a little bit deeper into this piece, but I don't find this out until the end, so stay to the very end to see how we fix the problem, okay? So Joe is going to do a top sew. This is the top part where the next strap is, and I've got it pinned several spots because I don't want any of the white fabric to peek through like it is right here. So I'm telling Joe to fix it, but his fingers are dry, so I have to go get my fingers wet and then come back. Usually we have a little sponge that we wet our fingers on, but see, I fixed it. And now he continues to sew across the top and along the two sides, but not on the bottom, okay? So now set that aside and let's work on the skirt part of the apron. And I'm just bending about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. And whatever I do to one piece of the fabric, I want to do the same thing to the next piece. So I'm doing it right here to the black piece. And then I'm going to iron the sides of both pieces of fabric because I want to put the pockets on and I want to make sure that the pockets are centered. So here is one pocket. I've already ironed the top and now the sides and also the bottom, okay? So now let's place this one here on the piece of black fabric and try to center it. Some people are good at eyeballing this, but I measure because I don't want the pockets to be off. And then Joe's going to sew the side, the bottom, and the next side, but not the top, okay? Because the pocket has to have an opening. Now we're going to set up the pocket on the next fabric. And Joe sewed it. So now we're going to put correct side to correct side, or pocket to pocket, for the skirt part of the apron. And I'm just pinning the sides. So Joe is sewing the two sides, but guess what? I just realized I did not put the straps in. So I had him stop and not finish it all the way to the top, and now I'm just going to place the strap right here. So get the unsewn part, the raw end, and point it outwards like this. Pin it. And I want to show you guys that I always put the strap seam side down inside of the skirt, okay? And I'm calling this a skirt because it is the skirt part of the apron. So seam side down, and I pin it again right about here, not because we're going to sew here, but because I want to make it easy for Joe to sew without the straps getting in his way. So put the unfinished end on the outside, then pin the hold in place. Joe just sewed this part right here because he had already sewn this whole side. So now he's going to continue.
So sewn is a pass?
With the bottom. I think sewn go with like has or had. Goes with a helping verb. So the bottom. And sometimes I don't cut correctly and it makes it hard for Joe to sew, but some way, somehow we figure it out. Get all the pins, and now let's check. Let's see if I did it right. Yes. Look it, see? Now see, when I wanted Joe to sew it here where the crease was, but I guess I didn't make that clear to him. See, he sewed it closer to the edge. But it doesn't hurt.
You got to sew again, double top sew.
I guess you could do that, see? But see how the strap is, guys? See? It looks good on that side. It looks good on that side. Let's flip it over. I think this is the part where we can flip it over. Oh, I'm in the pocket. First of all, let's get all our threads. If you had excess on the side, that's where you'd cut that off now. But this was my intention for Joe to sew in the crease, but it's okay because we'll do a top sew. Want to get in here with your stick, the chopsticks, right? And this is where you check everything to make sure it's actually sewed, because you can flip it back over and fix anything that you didn't catch, right? Now what you can do, I'm gonna iron this, but hold on, before I iron, let me show you. Let's get the chest part. Remember, Joe already did his top sew for this chest part, right? So this was my intention, and it still probably is my intention, to let this be the front, right? Well, not the front, side A. Side A, I keep saying front and back. Side A of the apron, right? And then this is supposed to be side B of the apron. But there's nothing to stop you as a designer from flipping it this way, because we're using compatible stuff, right? So I can absolutely wear it like this, and then I can flip it over and do it like this. But once you sew it in, that's it. So you gotta choose how you want your top to go. So I'm gonna consult with Joe. I'm gonna iron, then I'm gonna consult with Joe to see how we want the top to go, and then I'll be right back to show you how to assemble the whole thing. We've decided to keep it the way it was first designed. So I'm measuring to make sure that the chest piece will set centered into the skirt piece. And then I put a lot of pins to hold it in place, because now Joe's going to sew around the entire thing for a top sew, okay? And Joe is taking his time sewing the skirt piece to the chest piece because he doesn't want anything to move out of place. And also I want to make sure that when he's sewing on the black side, the white fabric's not showing through. And also, if he's sewing on the white side, the black doesn't show through, because the apron is totally reversible, all right? So he's just gonna sew entirely around the whole skirt part. I'm sure there's more threads that I have to get, see? There's some right here on the black side.
Just try that little thing.
Oh my God. He's like, just try that. The neck almost want to be too loose.
Yeah.
We can't fix it now though. See? So note to self, cut the neck a little bit shorter.
Let it drop a little lower.
No, you have to tie up my waist.
Right.
No, tie up my hip.
We're just tight right there for right now.
I don't want to tie my hip and I look like SpongeBob SquarePants. What the hell? You see?
Yeah, just the strap.
I'm trying to tie it. Let me try to tie it. Okay guys, so what you can do is just cut the neck a little bit shorter, or put some more of the neck in when you're sewing this. I can always adjust that by ripping here and putting in a bit more, and I think that's what I'll do, because I wanted to tie my waist. So this is one side. What do you guys think? I think this is a beautiful apron. The cloth feel like flower bag. I don't really put nothing in the pocket. The pocket is just for show, but you're supposed to put your towel or whatever in the pocket. And then let's flip it to the next side, and I want Joshua to do something with my logo for the top part. Okay. Gorgeous, right? See, and so much strap we have in the back. So we could tie a big bow, all right? And if you're like wider, you know, it'll still fit you. So this is it. I think I'm gonna rip out and adjust this neck part though. So I opened back both ends, and you either have the option to just cut it, you know, because it has an end that's not sewed, right? Or you could just push it deeper. So I just pushed it a little bit deeper here. So next time I'm just going to cut my neck a little bit shorter, okay? And my chest is wide. I might choose to go a little bit narrower with the chest part. We'll see. So Joe's going to come in and he's going to sew here again. Right here, double sew. Right across the top here, double sew. The same thing with over here, the same thing over here, and then it's fixed. Thank you so much for making it all the way through to the end, guys. In case you didn't know, my primary channel is called The Bare Pantry Show and can be found right here on YouTube. Check below for the links. And also, I have 2 books for sale. And here they are. Check below to see how to purchase these. You can only get them from me. And don't buy that old book that I have on Amazon, okay? Thanks, guys.